feels great. Feels great. It's been a while since I sipped the champagne and had that sweetness. I'm proud of the resilience I've sort of had and the people around me who've helped me through those low moments, because it was tough. When you feel like everything's going against you, performance isn't as good as you'd want. Coming back in Barcelona, having a great performance there, a bit unfortunate in the race, and then again here, I just feel myself again. But it doesn't mean that I completely understand this car and these tyres, but I know I've got it in me.
It's been a while, of course, to be in that fight. And yeah, I think overall it was quite decent. Of course, maybe in hindsight, we could have tried the undercut to try and jump ahead. But that's always easy to say afterwards. I think overall it's been positive for us. Of course, for me still, for half of the race, I think we had a problem on the rear of the car, which was hurting my lap time, but that's something that we'll look into.
Yeah, I mean, the start of the race was really bad. I was a bit all over the place, but then also struggled a lot with brakes during the first stint. But that's why I wasn't driving well. I was also sliding the tires a bit too much, and I lost a lot of time there, and then I kind of found myself a bit in the back foot and having to chase. But the second and third stint were pretty good. So obviously there's a lot of things that needs to be tightened up, but overall looking forward to next weekend in Silverstone.
Today was a really strong afternoon. I think it was a bit of a surprise that the Ferraris were not stronger. But on a personal level, I thought it was a really good race. Barcelona was a big struggle, and had some things to learn and improve on from there. And I feel like this weekend's been a massive improvement from that in a race that in some ways was a bit similar. So overall very happy with today.
I don't know why we were so slow today. We really struggled on pace. Degradation was really, really high, much worse than anticipated. I thought it was going to be like that, and I told the team. They said it's going to be a two-stop, and I was like, I don't think it's a two-stop today. I don't think I'm going to be able to make a two-stop work. And then big Deg in that first one, trying to hold on to George, and then every stint was just mostly we were just struggling with power.
I think from 8th, it was nearly the best that we could have done. I think we had a car to finish 4th, but from 8th you want to be aggressive, pit early. I was running out of tires at the end of each of my stints, so not the best race, but definitely the more efficient race to beat the guys. But yeah, race pace looked very decent.
I think okay, just everything was track position dominated today. So I lost out on lap 1 to a couple cars, and lost out to the Hajar in the first round of pit stops because they had to box Oscar first, which is the way that we do things. So unfortunate from my side, and just impossible to get back past a car that's quicker. Max is P2 and almost winning the race, so the chance to beat Hajar was not possible today from my side. But otherwise, I think clearly the car in clean air was very strong. I just lost a little bit too much in the very beginning.
Yes. Yes. I mean, qualifying was a step forward yesterday. Felt a little bit better in the car. Was getting more positive feeling, but today is kind of back to struggling. So we've got to work and try to understand what's going on there. I've been struggling a lot.
I think they're on fire because I had smoke and couldn't really breathe for a good few laps there.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. But they settled down. Just first lap, car's heavy, obviously in traffic, and but after that everything was okay.
Yeah, overall I'm happy. We started P10. I was running behind Liam in the first stint, and then I gave it a good go on the start of the second stint and got ahead of him. But then the team pitted him a lap earlier for the last stint, and he undercut me with new tyres. So I gave it a go. I kind of saw it. I kind of thought they were going to do that, but fine, it is what it is. I think regardless, on my side, I think there's a few things to work on. I struggled a little bit on the hard. and just a bit with braking. So I think there's a few things to work on my side, but I think overall it was a good race. I gave it a good go, so I couldn't have asked for much more.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, there is not much to say. I think I did the best race I could. I overtook the Alpine that was ahead of me. We had really good race pace, but I couldn't capitalize on a P10 because I think the Racing Bulls were just a bit ahead of us this weekend, and no one broke down ahead of us. I think the last races have been a bit chaos with this type of things, but this race, I think it was very clean for everyone. And then, when I did a mega race, I think there was not really much to do. So yeah.
We went for a late first stop, trying to get a bit of or create a tire delta for later in the race. Unfortunately, then all the lapping event came or happened and occurred. Quite a few, 6, 7, 8 cars. Obviously, then it's difficult to make progress. If anything, maybe we could have stopped early and be a bit more aggressive. But I think you saw the pace. It's with the Racing Bulls, they were strong this weekend. But in race pace, I think we were matching or slightly quicker. But we didn't have the good starting position. So then, it becomes difficult. And I think you saw here all race. This track somehow is. Although there's all these long straights, it's just difficult to follow cars. The exits, it's like someone is taking the front and rearing off the car, and you just sat there with nothing.
Woke up very excited, very positive. Sunday's been pretty much pretty good for us so far this year, and usually a step better than Saturdays. And today it's been the complete opposite. We were not competitive enough to fight with the V car, even with the Audis. Lost power at the start on the first lap in the straight, so we lost 2 positions in the straights, and then after that we had no pace to recover. A lot of degradation, which was usually our strength so far this year, so very difficult balance. A lot of things unusual, so quite a lot of work out of next weekend.
Yeah, it was a tough day, honestly. We had a really bad start and lost out on a lot of track position. After that I was just stuck. Lucky to get the VSC, but also on the same token very slow throughout the whole race. So I did my very best, but we were really nowhere near Audi, Racing Bulls, Alpine. We were much slower, so that was it really.
I think in general we couldn't really find the pace or the grip out there. Really struggled to find a good balance, and the day was really high for us. The race was very difficult with the rears. It was not in a good place. The car we really struggled for balance through the corner, and just putting a lot of energy in the tires and a lot of energy in the rears. The pace kind of dropped quite aggressively from one lap to another, and quite a big cliff. So I think we need to understand a bit more what happened today, but need to come back stronger in Silverstone.
I think the positive is that we gave it our all. This weekend we exploited the maximum out of it. We tried and change every component we can, but we're still struggling with the same thing. The start was incredible. We've worked very hard with the team to try and get that as best we could, and we flew past everyone on the launch and on the first lap, and I almost managed to get into the points position. I was with the Racing Bulls, but I got lapped after, so I think that's tough to take, really. So better to laugh at it than to cry, but it is for sure worrying.
I think we got lapped by the RB today, so I don't know if they just had an exceptionally good. I think they have had an exceptionally good weekend, but we've had a poor one, so no pace really. If I could just tell you as simple as that. I think we were expecting more coming into this weekend, and it wasn't to be. We have a small package upgrade for next weekend, and hopefully that gets us a bit closer to that midfield patch.
No, as expected. Obviously, we know where we are. We know it's going to be the same in Silverstone and Spa. So we try to learn as much as we can on those weekends, knowing that the performance is not there. We still need to improve some operational, things that we still, need to improve on the weekend, and we use this time for that.
Yeah, it was a good start. We had a good start. We were looking good out there, and unfortunately we just didn't progress enough, and that meant that we were in the fight. We were fighting Albon. We overtook him. He overtook us back. Things were looking good for us, but unfortunately we had to retire quite early, and it looked like we had a little bit more pace to compete with the others, so it's a little bit of a shame.
Yeah, we've discovered a few things overnight and a few things
yesterday before quali that were not quite right in my car, and we did a few changes going into the race, and it suddenly worked a lot better. And yeah, I was much closer to the midfield than yesterday or at any point during the weekend. So at least having a bit of fun battling that out with the Haas, the Alpine, the Audis, getting ourselves in the mix. Unfortunately, yeah, I think one third into the race, everything switched off. So that was it for us.
I was in the race with Fernando for all of it. We knew we didn't have the pace to fight with anyone else today. So yeah, I enjoyed my second stint. I was managing the tires and felt pretty good in the car. I mean, we're not as fast as we want to be. Then overtook Fernando, was feeling good, and unfortunately we had the ERS issue at the end.
Unexpected. It was actually lap 2 going into turn 4. I could start to smell some smoke, see some smoke, and then suddenly everything was on fire. Both front brakes on fire, and obviously had to stop the car. So yeah, we're still looking into it. Why? Because actually practice we didn't think it would be a huge issue, but somehow in the race everything just kicked off.